On a calm evening in March 2009, Emirates Flight 407 prepared for its journey from Melbourne, Australia, to Dubai. What was supposed to be a routine 14-hour flight quickly spiraled into one of the most harrowing takeoff incidents in aviation history. A simple human error threatened the lives of almost 300 passengers and crew aboard a fully loaded Airbus A340. Did the pilot succeed in controlling the ship with the help of experience? Brother, this pilot and all the passengers present in it and crew member will be victim of a bad accident. Let us know an interesting story of Emirates Flight 407. "257 passengers and 18 crew members settled in for the long haul to Dubai. The Airbus A340-500, a state-of-the-art aircraft known for its range and reliability, was fully loaded with fuel and cargo. On board were 4 pilots, ensuring the crew could rest during the extended flight. All seemed ready for a smooth takeoff, but the stage was already set for disaster. During pre-flight preparations, the first officer made a critical mistake. Amid the chatter of a crowded cockpit, he incorrectly entered the aircraft's takeoff weight into the electronic flight bag, or EFE. This device calculates essential takeoff parameters, such as engine power and rotation speed. The input was 262.5 tons lighter than the aircraft's actual weight. This mistake was not caught. A routine cross-check between the captain and the first officer, intended to prevent such errors, never happened. The incorrect data was fed into the aircraft systems, setting the stage for what would become a near-catastrophic takeoff. At 10:30 p.m., Flight 407 was cleared for takeoff. The massive plane began accelerating down runway 16, but as it approached its calculated rotation speed, things began to go wrong. The captain called for rotation, the point where the aircraft's nose is lifted for liftoff. But despite the first officer pulling back on the side stick, the nose barely lifted. The aircraft was underpowered for its actual weight, struggling to gain the speed needed for liftoff. As the end of the runway loomed, the captain applied maximum thrust. Sparks flew as the tail struck the tarmac at 170 miles per hour. Metal screeched, and passengers reported seeing a red glow and smelling fumes. Finally, just beyond the runway, the plane managed to climb, but the damage was done. The tail strike caused serious damage. Holes in the fuselage led to depressurization, and the aircraft's landing systems were compromised. In the cockpit, alarms blared, and the crew declared an emergency. The crew had to dump over 80 tons of fuel to reduce the aircraft's weight for landing. While circling at 7,000 feet, the first officer realized the grave mistake in the takeoff weight calculation. But there was no time to dwell on errors. The focus was now on landing safely. At 11:25 p.m., the pilots began their descent. Fire crews waited on the runway as the captain executed a high-pressure landing. Brakes screeched, reverse thrust roared, and the plane finally came to a stop, just short of the runway's end. Miraculously, all 275 people aboard survived. However, the aircraft suffered extensive damage, with its fuselage shredded and multiple internal structures compromised. Investigations revealed that the error stemmed from improper pre-flight checks and lapses in standard procedures. Emirates reviewed its protocols, introducing safeguards to prevent such incidents, while Airbus developed new systems to flag erroneous data inputs. Flight 407 was a stark reminder of the critical importance of vigilance and cross-checking in aviation. Though the pilots were terminated, the lessons from this incident have since shaped safer practices across the industry. What do you think of the crew's actions during this emergency? Could they have handled it differently? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories of aviation triumphs and challenges.